Hello, friends. This is Dr. Tracy. Thank you for joining Growing Discovery's Outreach Ministry and our Ministry Movement Moment podcast today. Today, I want to share with you on the topic of becoming a good leader. This topic: how do I get from here to there? One of the main things in reaching success in our journey of leadership is that we have to realize every part of the journey is important. The first part is as important as the middle and the last. But we must always be constantly moving forward toward our final destination. There are 4 different types of leaders who reach 4 different places in their journey, but only one of them becomes a great leader. Here's number 1. There's procrastinating Pete, who worries too much about the future. He's overwhelmed with the present, and he regrets the past. Pete hates changes and avoids it at all costs. If plans change, he jumps out of the boat. Pete lives in a box, and as long as he always chooses to lead without referring to his past and planning for a future, he will forever remain in the present and never accomplish the true desire he wants. The second kind of leader is Valerie, the victim. She will always tell you that it's everyone else's fault that she's not getting any farther. She doesn't make plans because she's always focused on what's going on in the world around her. She's always finding excuses for failing or for not seizing opportunities to grow. Everyone and everything other than herself has made her who she is. Then we've got leader number 3, Danny the Dreamer. Danny loves to plan, spends lots of time on planning, but he never puts his plans into action. He just talks about the things he would like to do. Many times he has a great idea, and he has a desire to be successful, but he's afraid to take the risks necessary or the price paid required to get to the next level as a strong, effective leader. And then there's number 4. Finally, there is motivated Mark. Mark focuses on the majority of his time on the present and does his best to maximize every minute of every day. He made a plan for today, yesterday. Because of that, he is focused on where he is going today, and he is always growing toward his potential. The thing that separates a good leader from all others is what Mark exemplifies. He sets goals that he wants to accomplish, and those goals give him a map for his journey. Goals give you the motivation to achieve the things that you want to accomplish. One of the reasons that people are poor in leadership is because they are living aimless lives with no decided direction. As a leader, you must understand some very important principles. Goals show you what to do today. Goals help you set a timeline. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Goals help you to continually improve, and that is what you focus on, not the activities around you. Goals give you mile markers of your progress. Goals make you elevate and evaluate your circumstances, your resources, and your connections. This makes us ask the questions: what do I have to overcome to get from point A to point B? What will it cost to make that trip? This defines for us the amount of energy, time, and finance, sacrifice, and choices combined that will have to be prepared in order to reach our goal. When I begin to set deadlines for myself and to celebrate the markers of the progress that I evaluated the important things I needed for each leg of my journey, even if I didn't reach my goal at the appointed time I had hoped for, I was further in my journey than when I hadn't set goals at all. I also learned to set achievable goals instead of setting standards that were too hard for me to reach and leading to my own demise. So today, if you're wanting to step into the place of success as a leader, take a look at whether or not you have any goals. If you've drawn out those goals that have given you a sense of purpose and a roadmap for you to take your journey. Stop dragging your feet and making excuses. Stop dreaming and putting your plan into action. Stop blaming others in circumstances where you are, and set some goals that are obtainable and achievable. The last thing you need to think about is do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself, then you will become an excellent leader. If you're going to become the leader you would like to be, you're going to have to embrace change. You're going to have to do what it takes to make a conscious choice to grow. Most people don't realize that the difference between successful and unsuccessful leaders is not their ability, but it's their desire to reach their potential and their willingness to make a commitment toward personal growth. The only way to improve your quality of life as a leader is to improve yourself. If you want to grow your organization, if you want to grow your family, if you want to grow your ministry, you've got to grow as a leader. The only thing you truly have the ability to improve is not your circumstances. It's not even your income. The only thing that you have the true ability to improve is yourself. And when you improve yourself, everything else around you improves as well. Personal growth is not automatic. It takes work. It takes commitment. It takes consistency. Every place you grow today is an investment in your tomorrow. Growth is your own responsibility as a leader. If you want to become a good leader, don't stay satisfied where you are currently, but always look at what more can you do tomorrow. Your own personal commitment to self-development will draw you toward your destiny. I have people ask me all the time, will you teach me to do this or show me to do that? But before I engage in such relationships, I look intently at the individual to find out whether they've actually made any investment in their own self. And I've looked at whether they're setting any goals and not just dreaming and not just talking, but actually doing something toward reaching their own destiny. Because you can't improve the quality of your life until you improve yourself. Don't get comfortable in your comfort zones and not letting yourself accomplish things. And don't let the accomplishments that you have go to your head. These are very big roadblocks to becoming a good leader. Get out of your comfort zone and don't get a big head when you accomplish something. You have to keep raising your own bar. There are some major themes that you should think about in becoming a good leader. How strong is your relationship with the people you're trying to lead? And what kind of attitude do you have toward those people? Does the way you communicate motivate those you are leading? Does the way you're carrying yourself and living your life influence others around you in a positive way? Hebrews 13:7 says, "Remember your leaders who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith." Can people imitate you? Can people reflect on the way you've led them? Are you personally growing every day by applying your time in the right areas of learning? The trade-off for growing is sometimes very uncomfortable because it requires discipline. It takes time that you could have spent having fun. It costs money that you could have spent on something else. It takes constant change and risk-taking, and sometimes it's very lonely. Becoming a good leader is not something that you sit and wait to happen. You must personally decide to learn and lead yourself. And in your learning, let your learning lead you into action. After you make the commitment to personal growth, you also need to make another commitment, and that is to create the best environment to grow in. Complacency will kill your growth. Apathy will kill your growth. The wrong company will kill your growth. In closing, ask yourself today, what are the areas I desire to personally be strong in as a leader? And secondly, am I an example in my speech, in my conduct, in my love? Conduct means a lot. Am I an example in my speech? Am I an example in my conduct? Am I an example in my love and in my faith, in my purity as a leader? Do I need to develop better relational skills? How am I treating the people around me? How do I perceive what they need, and how do they perceive me? Do I need to build better communication skills? Do the people that I talk to understand actually what I say and begin to implement it? Here's another one. Do I need to improve myself in areas that I will become a better influencer? Am I setting attainable goals and reviewing them daily and engaging in my own success as a leader? Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we don't give up." Embrace the process, my friend. Thank you for joining us in this lesson in leadership. I'm Dr. Tracy. I hope you will continue to grow in your leadership process.